Water, an essential resource that has guided civilization for millennia. For years, we have taken this commodity for granted. We water our plants. We use it for cleaning. We use it for leisure. And we've used it for so long that we can hardly think of a future without it. But it may be time to change the way we think about water. Now, where does our water come from? Although 68% of fresh water is located in ice caps and glaciers, most of it is inaccessible. Most of the fresh water that people use comes from rivers, lakes, and groundwater, which only make up about 30% of our fresh water. To put it into perspective, only 3% of our water isn't saline, and we're using it much faster than it's being replenished. Water keeps our households running. Each day, Americans use an average of 88 gallons of water for household purposes. It is used for a myriad of things, but some of the most wasteful uses are toilets, showers, and washing dishes. Each flush, on average, uses 5 gallons of water. The average American shower uses 2.1 gallons of water per minute. And every time we wash the dishes, we use between 8 to 27 gallons of water. Letting the faucet run while washing dishes can waste up to 10 gallons of water and waste enough energy to power a 60-watt light bulb for 18 hours. Household leaks in the average household lead to 180 gallons of waste per week, or 9,400 gallons of water wasted annually. That could be used to wash more than 300 loads of laundry. In New York City, 36 million gallons of water are wasted due to leaks. Now, these statistics are not meant to criticize, but when compared to the rest of the world, they create some worrying patterns. The US uses an average of 2,200 gallons per day per person, accounting for auxiliary water uses. This is 2 times more than the UK, another highly developed country, and 3 times more than China. Although our households seem to be guzzling down gallons of water per day, the greatest use of water across the world is agriculture and irrigation. Globally, agriculture and irrigation account for 70% of water use. Due to a lack of management and poor construction, sometimes 60% of the water withdrawn for irrigative use never reaches the crops. That's water that could have been used for cooking. That's water that could have been used for sanitation. That's water, a precious, limited resource that is being thrown away. But we hardly seem to care when it goes wasted in front of our own eyes. And even though these methods are so inefficient, the government keeps subsidizing water use, perpetuating this false narrative that water is an inexhaustible resource. Another sector that is soaking up our fresh water is industry. Semiconductor manufacturers use ultra-pure water to remove impurities from silicon wafers. Water is also used to remove heat from heavy machinery and manufacturing equipment. Oil and gas industries use water for refiners and petrochemicals. Paper mills use water for pulp making, processing, and paper manufacturing. Although industries use a lot of water, the main concern for them is not overconsumption, but rather the pollution of freshwater sources. In 2015, the EPA issued regulations to halt the discharge of 1.4 billion pounds of toxic materials like boron, mercury, and arsenic from coal plants that were entering waterways. With our current trajectory of water use, the UN warns that we'll have severe water shortages by the year 2050. At this rate, who knows what our world will look like in 30 years. But there are some ways we can change. Some have trumpeted desalination as a potential solution to our freshwater needs. However, the energy cost for desalination is extremely high. Many desalination plants are reliant on fossil fuels for power, which release toxic gases into the atmosphere and create toxic salt and metal byproducts. A more promising solution is to optimize our agricultural and irrigation systems. Recycling wastewater and efficient irrigation systems like drip irrigation or low-pressure spray systems are being used to save lots of water annually. But something that all of us can take a part in is reducing our own water waste. Retrofitting homes with low-flow toilets, improving sprinkler systems, keeping track of your monthly water bill, and making sure to limit your usage are all viable ways that we can conserve water. 5 minutes in the shower uses about 10.5 gallons of water. Make it an in and out ritual in the morning, and together we can save so much. It's going to be an uphill battle to change our destructive habits and existing water usage systems, but some things are worth fighting for.